if you're uncomfortable about that, where did you train from?
Ana wara wacho kan kama leng kita nuo ke puonyere ame
I said yesterday very clearly how I was trained, and I'm sure you also followed what I said. I said things systematically. I am an intelligence officer. I cannot therefore reveal where intelligence officers are trained, and yet you belong to the opposition in Uganda. That means that you like to fight my government, and I wouldn't allow that.
Now you are now going much too far in your role as a witness. We won't allow that in the future. So it's not as I told you before, and I have to be, I think, more explicit now. You're not here to assess the propriety of every question that is being put to you. And up until now, again, there was no question put to you by the Defense Council who was in any way improper. It is perfectly clear that we are talking here about translation, about audios, about listening, about interpretation of words. So all the line of questioning, there is, as I said, there is nothing improper in it. And you have the same duty that you had to answer to the question of the prosecution, you have to answer to the question of counsel of the defense here. So I would strongly advise you in the future just to answer the questions that are put to you. And if there is something that might be detrimental to your security or to protection of state security or whatsoever, we go into private session. We can always discuss that. But we do not discuss now every 5 minutes the propriety of questions by the defense. You can be sure that the court has enough experience to step in if need be, but not when you want it.
May I please, Your Honors, and with your kind permission, I just wanted to contribute to this by, with due respect, remind the witness that it's not about politics. He made a statement that he's opposition and he would like to fight his government. I'm afraid that's what is wrong with Africa, but that is not what this case is about. But this is not what this case is for. And also remind him that I know that the army is apolitic. The army is to protect the nation, protect everybody, both opposition and the government. So that statement that he makes that because he's in the opposition and you would like to fight his government, I think that is to misstate the role of an army in a democracy.
So, Mr. Taku, you know that I've already addressed it, but I can perhaps put it, Mr. Witness, to you again a little bit more clear, perhaps. It's absolutely clear that we here are a court. We are following the rule of law. We are not following the rule of politics. As I said before, this is not about Ugandan politics, and also Mr. Taku has said. And again, but this is the last time that I tell you that. Mr. Ayena and all the others here in the defense team have a role as officers of the court. They have a role here in the rule of law. And they are bound to their professional ethics. And we have, as I said before, we have no reason to doubt that. And this is a completely different situation than you would perhaps, I don't know that, I cannot assess that you might perhaps have in politics, in Uganda or wherever. So, but this is it for now, and I really, it was a little bit a relatively long intervention. I sense that it is necessary now, but we will not repeat it.
Mr. Witness, without going to maybe having to disclose the institute where you trained, Do you remember that you told court that you were trained by somebody called Okello Adubango?
Ana wache court kama leng chaka statement na weng an
I told clearly that I was trained by Okello Adubango and he is now deceased.
And actually,
Okello Dubangoni
Okello Adubango is an Alu person from the Alu tribe, but he was born in Acholi land, and he was fairly aged and had good knowledge of Acholi. Thank you.
you said that you became a technical intelligence officer. Technical.
Angol Kop.
Your Honor, sometimes you may have the impression that I'm not answering questions well, because I feel that there are some questions we should be in private, because issues concerning security and my institution should be dealt with care, because I may be afraid to say certain things. Thank you.
This is something that we appreciate, how you acted now. Not admonishing, but simply telling us where your concerns are. And I think we can follow this in that regard, and we go to private session.
Yes.